Davido's father is beginning to doubt Imade's true identity because honestly, it looks like as if it is for Davido. But of course, everybody knows that for a fact that Sophia MOMODU could deny Imade of her father for over 5 years without even saying anything about it. This again shows another thing. It shows another thing because how exactly would a mother like that be so cruel? How exactly could she be so cruel like that? Of course, she wants what is good for Imade, and that is really nice. Everybody wants what is good for their child. Everybody wants what is good for their people because honestly, for a fact that Sophia MOMODU has been at a point where she is now, she's meant to at least show that kind of love and affection that she needs for Imade so that Imade can understand that all of these things happen for a definite reason. And she will be willing to go back to her father. She'll be willing to take her back to Davido no matter what exactly. But imagine Sophia MOMODU keeping Imade from Davido for over 2 years. And if they talk, she'll say, yes, it is Davido's daughter. We are not arguing the fact that it is not Davido's daughter and all of that. We are not arguing that fact at all. But why exactly are you doing this? Not to only hurt Imade, but to also hurt the Adeleke family and start thinking like you are an imposter in all of these things that is happening. That is what exactly is looking like because for a fact that Sophia MOMODU has stood where she is, she has stood her ground concerning what is going on. Not even giving Imade the chance to see Davido. Not even giving Imade the chance for her to experience Davido's love for so long. She's always moving helter-skelter. She's always saying that, yes, it is Davido that caused it. Assuming Davido didn't do all of this, then she won't be here contemplating and saying all of these things. She won't be here doing all of these things she needs to do to Imade because, honestly, it is looking like everybody around her, every single person around her is not now getting what she wants. They are not getting what exactly she wants, and that is now making Sophia MOMODU very, very disheartened. But one thing that Davido's father has noticed is that even if you are a mother and you and the father and the mother they are not talking, at least there is always a space for the child, to be with the father at least for quite some time, and everything will be all right. And just like that too. Just like that. But you see, Sophia did not only deny Davido Imade, she also denied Davido most of the things. And now she's now planning to say this is what happened, these are the things. No, she's meant to stop all of that because now she's not putting herself in places where she doesn't want to be. She is really putting herself in places where she doesn't want to be. And obviously, that is where she is about to go. That is where exactly she's about to go because not even Davido is happy about it. But now, the shocking thing is that despite the fact that Davido and Imade have not spoken to each other, Davido and Imade haven't had contact with each other for quite some time. There is always Governor Adeleke in between them, meeting Imade every single time, discussing with her, doing most of the things he needs to do with Imade. Isn't that strange? Isn't that really strange? Because for a fact that she's not even giving a Davido Imade's attention, that is another thing again that is really going on. That is another thing that they should really look into. Because if at all Imade is Davido's child, if at all the DNA test carried and everything happened to be Davido's own, she won't behave in that way. She won't behave in that way at all. Let us completely forget the fact that Davido is still paying child support and all of that. Let us completely forget that fact at all. Now, the thing is that for her to be where she is now, it is honestly something that even Davido himself has seen and said, no, I can't live like this again. Instead of me living like this, let me just change everything around. Let me change everything around. And for Davido now, it is finally getting clear in his eyes. It is really, really getting clear in his eyes because if Sophia MOMODU is sure that it is because of Imade, that is why she's doing all of these things for Davido, then the fact that she has already separated Imade from Davido for quite some time now, that proves a whole lot. that proves a whole lot to the Adeleke family, because there is no way that a woman will be willing to do that. There will be no single way that a woman would be willing to do that to a child. I mean, separate a child from her mother, from her father for quite some time, without him even seeing her, without him even doing anything. Then you will blame it on because he wanted my body. That is why all of these things happen. But now Davido's father is looking into it closely, and it is looking like as if Governor Adeleke is actually involved. That is what it is looking like. Because honestly, for the fact that Governor Adeleke has been in touch with Sophia MOMODU the time that Davido and Sophia were not together, coupled with the fact that everything was not going the way Davido wanted it to be, it is actually going to be obvious that even the things around, even what has gone wrong, whether it's going wrong for her, whether it's going good for her, it is obvious that even Governor Adeleke should come out and say the truth. Because now it is looking like as if, and it is seeming like as if Governor Adeleke was actually intertwined with Sophia MOMODU. You know, because beginning of the genesis of all this Sophia MOMODU and Davido situation all started from this Governor Adeleke, because him and Dele MOMODU were friends, and Dele MOMODU was busy looking for a wife for his cousin. And now Governor Adeleke also knew Davido. Davido also was his son, and he needed to just introduce Davido to Sophia MOMODU. And now, after all of the introduction and all of that, after everything that has happened now, they have already seen that, oh, well, two of them have gotten together. Maybe Governor Adeleke liked Sophia MOMODU. We don't know yet. We don't know yet. Now, what we all need to know is to just get to find out whether this DNA test of Imade being Sophia Davido's child is actually very true. That is what exactly we need to figure out. Because honestly, it feels like as if Sophia MOMODU herself is not bringing herself in positions where she should be. She's not putting herself in better positions as she should be. And of course, she's really fighting for Imade, and we totally understand that. We get that totally. But for a fact that she's doing this way, it is quite something interesting, because not even a single person is expecting that. Even Davido's father is really shocked, because he needs to find out what is going on. He needs to find out what exactly is happening. And don't allow all of these things get on him. Don't allow all of these things get on him, because that is when all of these things will start to suddenly go down. But Davido, if he is really sure, he still needs Imade. If he is really sure that everything he's doing is for Imade, then he should go out and run another DNA test. Because that is the only thing that can stop him from carrying another responsibility. That is the only single thing that can stop him. If not, it is going to be a wild goose chase for Davido and his family. Okay, guys, don't forget to drop your comments at the comment section till we come your way again. Goodbye and peace out.